Hey guys, it's Ozell. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so by clicking the subscribe button down below. Like promised, I am back with a video of the Indian hair that I will be selling, the Indian curly. So for this video, I just wanted to show you guys how the Indian hair comes in its natural state and how I'm going to make these curls pop, honey. So just some information about the hair. This is raw virgin Indian hair, no steam processing, no dyes. The length that I have in is 20 inches, and 18. So I have in 3 bundles and a closure. As you can see, guys, this looks like I have in like 4 bundles of hair, but I only have in 3 bundles. I would have been fine with 2, honestly, truly. I'm just so conditioned, like everyone else, to believe that you need 3 bundles once you hit that 20 mark. But as you can tell, this is all the hair pulled forward. You do not need 3 bundles of this hair unless you like your hair this big, which I don't have a problem with my hair being this big. But if you want more of a natural look, I definitely only recommend getting 2 bundles. And that is me being as honest as possible, because I'm not trying to take you guys' money by saying that you need 3 and 4 bundles and all this. Listen, if you only need 2, I'm going to tell you you only need 2. So the products that I'm going to be using in this hair today is just regular shampoo and conditioner. Not the shampoo. Don't listen to me, guys. You do not need to shampoo your curly hair often, especially if you do not use product, which I recommend highly that you do not use product on this hair. So I will be using only the conditioner. So I'll be co-washing the hair using this. You want to get out all the curls and, you know, any tangles it may have while it's dry. So I already did this, but I'm just going to do it again. Make sure you work from the ends up so you lose as little hair as possible. Now, a lot of companies will say or swear up and down that their hair does not shed, okay? All hair sheds, especially if it's on a weft, and most definitely if it's curly hair, because me brushing the hair out like this, I'm brushing out any type of tangles or the curls interlocking like this. I'm brushing that out, and it's going to cause breakage that way. Just be prepared to lose some hair when you're brushing your hair out. So I brushed it out the second time. The first time I got probably the same amount. So this is how much I got from brushing it out just now. And when you first receive your bundles, it may seem way more than this because they are freshly wefted. So someone just sewn these wefts and sent them to me. So you need to take that in consideration of why it may feel like it's shedding so much in the first couple of days. All of that shedding that you're seeing in the beginning should subside, because in the beginning it was a lot more shedding than I am getting now. I'm gonna go wash the hair and I will be right back. Okay, so my hair is, I'd say, 80% dry. I'm just gonna let it air dry for the rest. But look at these curls, y'all. They're so pretty. And since I have long lengths, my curls aren't actually as poppin' as they could be. The shorter the hair, the more spirals you'll get. But as you can see, I still have some spirals. And y'all, if you do have curly hair, doesn't matter if it's mine or somebody else's, please invest in a diffuser. They're only $10, the attachment. It will save your life and your curls will look like they have never looked before, because my hair looks so good. So some quick tips of, you know, getting your hair this way. Definitely leave in a little bit of conditioner when you are washing your hair. So the final rinse, leave in just a tad bit of the conditioner in that hair. Don't rinse it all out. That's just going to help with the moisture and keeping it from getting so big so fast. I will say add a oil, a really light oil. The one that I use is Paul Mitchell. You can use like coconut oil, just something really, really light, and don't use a lot of it. I only use maybe like a dime size or quarter size amount. Do not touch your hair while it's drying. Like, I know it might seem impossible to do, but do not touch your hair while it's drying, because that's going to add to frizz, unless you really like frizz and you like your hair being big. But if you do want that curl definition and you don't want your hair to just frizz up and get poofy, because this is natural raw hair and that's just what it's trained to do. If you ever seen Indian women, they do not wear their hair like, you know, curled up like this. Their hair is always really bushy, because that's how their natural hair just wants to be. So to combat that frizz and that bushy looking hair, you definitely do not want to touch it while it's drying. This is the Raw Indian Curly by the OC Hair Supply. You can find this hair at the OCHairSupply.com. It is now available for purchase. It's only a limited supply right now. So if you want it, get your hands on it before they all gone. Definitely some really, really pretty raw hair, not steam processed whatsoever. All your bundles will be completely different. One might be wavy curly, one might be spiral curls. I try to do my best to keep all bundles matching up some way, somehow, but all your bundles will be unique in its own different way. Indian hair varies all across the board. Some donors have really coarse hair and some donors have really silky high shine hair, so it really just depends on what I get from my supplier. Closures. Okay, now y'all know I'm completely honest with y'all, like completely honest, and if anything, that's what's going to take me far, is my honesty. So closures are extremely hard to source in raw hair. Most of the suppliers, or at least my suppliers, are very small, family oriented companies. I almost had a brain fart. Companies. They're not really savvy to the making of handmade closures, because it's definitely a skill that you need to know. So a lot of these companies that are really small do not know how to do that yet, and especially not in mass production. So it's extremely hard to find closures that come from the same place. So the closure that I have in now, you might say, oh, it looks, you know, it looks like the closure that goes with the hair. And it does. Okay, I have another vendor that supplies me closures, but it's not necessarily the same exact hair. So the curl may be off on the closures until my supplier learns how to make the closures, or until I find a company that can make closures from bulk hair. The only closures that I can supply is steam process closures. This closure is a steam process closure that mimics this hair. Get it? My vendor for closures, they have very quality closures, but it's not coming from the same exact vendor that gives me my hair, my wefted hair. That's why it's so hard to supply closures for some of the textures. Right now, I have on the site closures for loose wave hair. Now, when you see that closure, the closure is really tight. That specific closure I would not sell to a person that's buying loose wave hair. I have other closures that is looser than that, but that specific closure on that picture is a tighter wave. So that closure is actually the closure that I have in right now that is matching with this hair. So if you do want a closure to go with this hair, even though it will not be exact, but you can still, you know, it still will blend in with this hair, purchase that closure. A lot of companies will not tell you that they buy their closures somewhere else. If you do want to purchase this hair, and you want a closure, you need a closure, I do recommend getting that, clicking the loose wave link on the site and purchasing the closure, and make sure you put the note that you want. If you're buying curly hair, I kind of will put it two and two together, but if you're buying it alone and then you're going to buy some curly hair later, just make sure you put you want a loose wave closure or you want a curly closure. I hope that makes sense. That was I don't know. Up close, this is the hair. you know, you really can't tell where is closure and where does the weft hair start. And that's the closure right there. I hope that answered all your questions. The coarse textures are in. So if you're looking for the shorter lengths in that coarse texture, they are in stock now. So you can find those at theochairsupply.com. I'll leave all the links down below as well as the specs of what's in my head. I hope to do business with you guys soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.